Alright, what if I told you you could be crafting ectos out of thin air? And what if you could do it with a guaranteed profit, and then further increase that profit by using them in other crafts? Well, a member on our Discord kindly shared a method they've been using to get thousands of ectos. They're also very aware that my videos can impact the price of these processes, so they also shared their thoughts on what could happen and how to pivot afterwards. So what's the plan? Well, we're gonna be crafting Carrion Gladiator helms. These are without a doubt not the only item you could use, and I'll talk about others later. The ingredients for these are rather cheap. If you want to craft 100 of them, you'll need a bunch of large bones, thick leather sections, silk scraps, mithril ore, and some gold to buy silk thread from a vendor. 100 of these helmets will set you back around 22 to 24 gold, depending on whether you instantly purchase all ingredients or not. And now that you have everything, start by crafting Carrion intricate silk insignias, for which you'll need a recipe which can be bought from any of the armor crafting trainers. Once you got those, make mithril helmet casings and linings. Once done, combine all three in the discovery tab. You don't need a recipe to make the actual helmet. All you have to do now is salvage them with the right kit. This is important. Either use a silver-fed Salvage-o-Matic or a Master or Mystic salvage kit. All three have the same salvage rates. Any of the inferior ones will not do the trick. I actually got lucky in this video. I salvaged 101 ectos from 100 helmets. Fast farming lists a salvage rate closer to 75%, and our friend mentions it's actually closer to 87.89%. In our example, I made about 13 gold of profit before taxes, which is about 7.5 after. But why stop here? We can turn this 37 gold into even more. One way would be to use the same silver-fed Salvage-o-Matic or the kits I mentioned to salvage the ectos, which gives you about a 10% value increase when selling the dust on the trading post. And you can consume the luck either to max out your account magic finds or use the blue luck to craft Lunar New Year lanterns for even more profit. But why stop here? You could then use the Crystalline Dust to upgrade tier 5 materials into tier 6 for even more profit. Or if you don't like Mystic Forging, you could do what I did. Craft Cryptis motivations. You already have 90% of the cost taken care of anyway. The limit to this method is crafting speed, which is reportedly 1500 items per hour. That's 15 times the profit we just made. You would also need to level the appropriate crafts to 375, for which you can use GW2 crafts. And you need some bag space. But even a freshly created alt would have enough if you outfit them with 20 slot bags. So why share this? Well, if crafting these becomes more expensive because people buy more tier 5 materials, that just means volatile magic increases in value. And if ectos do happen to drop down to more normal prices, then crafting motivations, relics and other things might be a good solution. It's not so much about the specific craft, but the method. And let's face it, ectos are overvalued. If we would base ourselves off of the Carrion Gladiator helmets, they should be worth closer to 27 silver, not 37. And here's one final thing. We're using a Carrion Gladiator helm in our example. But if large bones become too expensive, then there are other insignias that use other ingredients. And if mithril becomes too expensive, we could always check the cloth and leather variants. I will try to make a spreadsheet for anyone on our Discord so that we can keep future-proofing this method. But for now, a huge shout out to Athazel for sharing this with us, and happy crafting.